Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video. Today I'm gonna talk about one of my favourite topics, which is fanfiction. In particular, Severus Snape / Harry Potter fanfiction. If that is not for you, totally understand, please click off this video now, because I'm gonna be talking about Snape and Harry being together. So Snarry is one of my favourite kind of fanfictions. So if you don't like that, that's fine. Just a disclaimer, it's fictional. It's all fictional. None of it is real. There might be, I don't know, triggering things in my recommendations and whatnot, but yeah, let's just get into it. So I have been reading snarry fanfics for, oh gosh, I don't know how many years, since 2020, I would say, 2020, 2021. And since then I have been through a great number of fanfiction, so much so that these days I find it hard to find one that I haven't read, one that is not AI, and one that is actually decent and good and the kind of snarry I like. So yeah, the kind of snarry I like. Okay, let's set the scene. So I do like Harry as an adult. Being an adult for me in snarry fanfics, it means Harry is 16, 17. That to me is an adult. In that Wizarding World situation where Harry Potter had to kind of mature very quickly, very early, with being killed, nearly killed by Voldemort oh so many times. Sorry, just another disclaimer. I am gonna be giving Harry Potter spoilers. Giving you fanfiction recs is assuming that you've read or watched all the Harry Potter books and movies. So please beware. Like, if you haven't done that, maybe come back to this video another time, because fanfiction, you're gonna get spoilers for the real things. I'm gonna be honest, a lot of things have like blurred together for me in terms of like what's fanfiction and what's like canon, as we call like the OG. But yeah, anyway, so I do prefer Harry to be of a greater age. If that makes sense. Or I've not read many snarry time travel fics, but if there's time travel involved, love that. They can be teenagers together, I'm okay with that. I dislike where there's a lot of focus on Harry's mum, Lily Potter, Lily Evans, say, because I feel like the Harry Potter movies especially, made it seem like Snape is like in love with Harry's mum, and I dislike those kind of fanfics. It's like, you were in love with my mum and now you're in love with me. No. I like the ones where they were childhood friends and then they had like a falling out at Hogwarts and then, you know, they went apart. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the ones where they were like in love with each other and like that kind of love kind of transferred onto Harry. I like it when it's slow burn Harry Snape. So they're like going through kind of the end of the war together as allies, and like slowly they become lovers. Love those. Or maybe it's post-war that they both ended up surviving and they like reconnected. I do not like it when Harry's obsessed with Snape. So like he, I don't know, saves him post-war and he's like at his bedside all the time, and like, I don't know, he's suddenly just obsessed with him. I don't like that. I think I like it when they're kind of enemies to lovers, like they do actually hate each other to begin with and they kind of put in like forced proximity situations and then they just, you know, and the falling in love. Okay, as for snarry recs, I've got like a full Notion page, A to Z, with the titles, so I'm just gonna read out some that I actually love. So all these are like ones I've read since I've been recording this. So the I've read more than this, but these were the ones that I like actually wrote down, like, oh yeah, I did read that. So in the future, when the title came up again and I was like, huh, this sounds familiar, but I'm not sure if I've read it, because there's a lot of similar fics, but actually the content is like different later down the line. So yeah, anyway, out of all this, my favorites, my pronunciation is shit. You guys might know that from other videos, but it's especially shit in Wizarding World terms and like that kind of language. So how about I just move over a bit and I'll put the fic up here and then you guys can read that for yourselves, okay? Disclaimer also, most of the fics I'm gonna recommend are probably on AO3. Like, they might also be cross-posted on Wattpad and fanfiction.net, but mainly I read snarry fanfics on AO3. So if you're not on AO3, I did get on AO3 because I think they're not in beta anymore, so they're like out of beta, so you can just sign up. You don't need an invitation anymore. If anyone does need an invitation, I don't think you do, but if you do, let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to send you one. But yeah, AO3, get onto there because it's a whole new world. So this is the first one. I can't actually recall why I love this so much, but I remember this title and I remember that I cried a lot. Yeah, it was just like a really good fic. So I do recommend. Okay, this fic, oh my god, this fic. This is, you must read this. If you're into snarry, this is one of those that you have to read. There's part 1 and part 2, and I've recently reread this, and oh my god, this series, guys. And I want the author to keep writing, but this is like a really old series, so it's just one that you, oh my god, it's just one that you fall in love with. Look out for trigger warnings, as always. With fanfiction in general, just look at the tags. Like, the tags, yes, they'll give spoilers sometimes, but sometimes you need to know what's in it, because you might, if you go into a blind with fanfiction, it could be a lot of things in it, and you might not be happy with it at all. Like, these are not published and like controlled books, these are fanfiction. It could be anything, so please look at the tags. But yeah, this series, oh my god, please read it. It's so good. Okay, this one, this I've reread so many times. Freaking love this fic. There's so much going on. It's funny in the best way, but also like there's the emotional side, there's the enemies to lovers side, and it kind of takes you out of Hogwarts into like a different environment, and sometimes I love that because you get to meet like a whole bunch of new characters. Like, I do love my OG Hogwarts characters, Dumbledore, Hermione, Ron. I love all of them, but sometimes it's nice to see what fanfic authors come up with and like OGs of like their OGs. And honestly, some of them are the best characters ever. In this fanfic especially, there's so many just fun OGs that I wish could be in the real series because they're just so fun and nice and kind, and yeah. Okay, this one, again, I literally can't recall what this is about. I just remember it being really good, and again, it's one of those that I know everyone, when they say snarry, they recommend this one. So whatever this one is, please go and read it. Okay, now I keep seeing a certain fanfic author, Mia Ugly. I'm not sure, there's like multiple fics by her in my list, so I know she must have been good because I mean, I remember her name, like I remember she was good, but I don't know like which of her fics is like the best. So I just want to recommend her overall. Okay, another one I think is this, The Cure. It's a series. I recommend this author as a whole. because they've got some really good fanfics. The Safe series especially is the one that's set in a Muggle no magic alternate universe, and I love that. There's a lot of things about like mental health and phobias and yeah, it's just a lot. I love that for them. And also The Cure, that one's a magic one, and it involves Newt Scamander, who's in like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them and like that kind of universe. And I don't think I've read any other ones where it crosses over with Newt, but it was so fun. Yeah, it was just so fun just having them crossed over. Like, I love Newt Scamander. He's a great guy from the films, what I've seen. But yeah, it was just so fun to read them together, and so they've actually become friends, I think, and there's a lot going on. But it's just one of those that you read it and you love it. Okay, some other fanfic authors, because I literally can't think of specific fics. But this author, they've got some really good ones, and they've got 119 Harry Potter fics. So feel free to just go into those. I feel like not all of them is snarry, as far as I can tell. But oh, they've got a series called Moment of Impact. I think that was the one I loved. But they've got like a bunch of other ones too. So do read those. Oh, this is one I read recently. The Tolerant Vow. This was a good one. This was an interesting one because it was post-war, but they got like married during the war, and they kind of stayed together after, because they were always together like during the war because of this marriage situation, and then they stayed together after, and it was kind of like them finding love in their marriage instead of getting a divorce, which was it was very different to the ones I usually read, because usually I go into like the war fics where they're still in like fighting against Voldemort and like things going on, or like after war when it's like the trauma and all that. Whereas this was, they kind of settled into life, and it was just kind of the mundanes of life and them like working things out and getting over things, and just kind of things in life as like a married couple, just like the work schedules and being promoted and like having children and things like that. So yeah, it was a slower fic than what I usually enjoy, but it was kind of beautiful at the same time. Like, it was just pure life. So usually I look for snarry fics to be like an escapism from life, and this was a bit probably too real for me, but at the same time it's a beautiful one, so do go and read it. Okay, I did want this kind of to be a short video, so I hope that's enough recs. If you guys want more, feel free to let me know. If you guys have any recommendations, snarry recs, I would love to know, and I would love to read them, and you know, if I haven't already, because as I've said, I've read a lot. But yeah, snarry fics are really good in my opinion. I might get a lot of hate for this, that's life, but yeah, they're one of my favorites. So if you love them too, hi, welcome, please stick around. I would love to talk about Snape fanfics more. I do plan on doing another video. I do plan on doing a series of this actually. So this is like, I feel like this is my second fanfic video. I feel like I've done one already on just fanfiction. So this is my snarry video. And I do have plans to do snooping, so Snape and Lupin. Love that too. Not as much as snarry, but snooping is the one I started out with. And then there's also Severitas, I think it's called. It's when Snape is like Harry's dad. Okay, so that in a snarry video, you might be like, what the hell? And I know, me too. I tell myself that all the time, what the hell, girl, what are you reading? But at the same time, there's so many good fics out there with that. It's like the found family of it, and just the emotions. And with that one as well, you can read, I do like it when it's set at Hogwarts. I do love it when it's set at Hogwarts and like those kind of years when I love that when it's deviating from canon, but I also love it when it sticks to canon as much as it can. And with the Snape being Harry's dad thing, or like guardian or some kind of way, it's a platonic relationship, and also it's more set like in Hogwarts, and it could be like from an earlier Harry and like earlier things going on rather than just from later down the line when he's an adult. Which, yeah, I guess I just like Harry in general. And Snape. I do love Snape. The Snape, okay, another thing. I'm just rambling on now, but the Snape I love is the Snape that is not the one from the books. And possibly not even one from the movies. Like, the Snape I like is the one from the fanfictions. All the fanfictions I've read just kind of put together. The one where he's written so well that he's presented to be this traumatized individual, and he finally finds a bit of love, connection, family in life, and he just he's like cold, unemotional person, and then Harry usually is the person who I like him to be, the one to like open him up and like get him out of his shell. And I don't like it when Snape is like really out of character, where he's just happy and like, I don't even know, when he's just weird. That's the best way I can say it. When he just gets like really happy, really fun, really quick, that is very un-Snape like, in my opinion. So I like the fics where he's still that like traumatized individual. He's still like not wanting to accept help, fighting against people, and like just being mean, and like not mean but like sarcastic mean. And I love it when Harry just understands that and accepts him for who he is, and just chef's kiss. And also he obviously cares for Harry, obviously, and he's like just like obviously trying to keep him alive. Yeah. Okay, anyway, I need to stop talking about this because I'm getting way too passionate. But yeah, so I hope to come out with more videos about fanfics and fanfiction recs. So if you're here for that, yay! If you're not, that's okay. There's gonna be other videos too, so don't worry. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys next time.